Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne 2014. There we go. Came back eventually with Colaris, with what can only be described as an abominationing brain speedling.
It's kind of weird.
I don't know what it is now. Anyway, Barry and Steve have kind of mixed in, and I don't know what they've done now. But anyway, moving on to more serious stuff. Been a lot of Zergs this afternoon and this evening.
Yeah, there has. Been some good games. Patience showed that he is pretty formidable and phenomenal. Those were good games to watch.
And Rhett, even as a Zerg, said, and I quote Todd will like this, I think Patience can win the whole thing.
I don't think so.
Shh.
I won't tell Rhett. He's in the other room. It's fine.
It's okay. But you're right. Staggering play. And he did something that we haven't really seen too much of, at least in Europe anyway, and that's we've seen plenty of Swarm hosts, so I'll move swiftly past that. But we've never seen a Protoss just go, what, Swarm host, I'm just going to stomp all over those and kill them all off.
Can you swiftly move past Swarm hosts?
Well, I don't know, but he did. I mean, he just destroyed them. He was like, no, I'm just going to sit on top and I don't care that they're Swarm hosts. So that was, I've not seen that. You may have seen that before, but I'd not seen that before. So that was quite interesting. So, and we haven't really seen a lot of Swarm hosts play. Not that I'm complaining.
No, there's not too many of them. I think the way in which Patience was opening up that series, though, especially game number 1, was really, really, really cool. As I said already in the cast, I'm going to be stealing that build. It's pretty good, with the Phoenix and the +1 straight after. And it was timed out so great as well with the actual addition of the Hydralisk then there anyway.
Yeah, I think we might be seeing that on the ladder quite significantly. Cool. Always seems to be that way. I mean, we get home and then we go, oh, that build was awesome. I'm going to try that at home. And then I try it 15 times. It never works. But maybe that's just me. So let's have a look at the bracket and just update everyone that's just joining us for Intel Extreme Masters right now. And you've missed anything today, don't worry, we've got your back. The video on demands will be up very shortly. But right now we're going to give you a spoiler. These are all the results, as you can see, from open bracket number 2. This morning we had open bracket number 1, Stardust and MC doing rather well in that one. But this time round, as you can see, Patience has dominated the top half of the bracket, only losing 1 map on his way to going through. He's now in the round of 16. We have 1 slot left. It's going to one of the next 2 players. Which one's it going to be?
I'm going to go with HyuN. After seeing his series in the upper bracket in ZVZ, that was really, really good. And HyuN, for the longest time, has had very, very strong ZVZ. And we even pointed out in the previous cast that he's been able to beat people like Jaedong in ZVZ, which is a pretty impressive feat. And the way in which he uses things like Contaminate is something that you don't actually see that many Zergs do.
No, and he's actually very good at it. I mean, we saw it earlier on. He was playing Violet earlier on. Violet on 3 bases, contaminated 2 of them, and he didn't even know what was going on half the time. So he uses that really well. Do you feel that it's more about HyuN having the ability to beat Leenock, or do you think Leenock just isn't in the right amount of shape to beat HyuN? Because to be fair, I mean, the guy is super cool, by the way. He sat down here just as we were about to go live with 5 seconds to go, looked over at me, and I went, "Are you ready?" And he went, "Okay." And just trotted off to his, cool as a cucumber. He really is. Great personality to have here. Thrilled to have him here at the Intel Extreme Masters. But I want the old Leenock back. I want the guy that can dominate. I want the guy that can tear people apart. I haven't seen that so far today.
I mean, if you look back at the recent results of Leenock, his Code S group was a little bit tough, a little bit shaky for him, unfortunately. But still, I mean, he does have the opportunity to advance on. I just kind of favour HyuN in ZVZ. I mean, I've seen so many ZVZs of HyuN, and every single time he very rarely disappoints. So it's going to be tough.
All right, so HyuN it is for Mr. Colaris. We'll have to wait and see whether he comes true in terms of the players that go through. But one man that did predict HyuN and Patience to go through earlier on was one of our casting team for our last game of the day and the last chance to go through the round 16. Commentary will be brought to you by Apollo and Rhett.
Party time! Thank you very much, Redeye and Colaris, and welcome to the last series of the day. These players have been playing for a long time today. How have you enjoyed your first day as we get close to finishing?
I think it's been a great day, especially the last part. Lots of Zerg plays, and Leenock and HyuN, and also Violet. Great players for the Zerg race. And it's exciting to watch these 2 battle it out for a final spot.
And do you have any favorites coming into this, Leenock and HyuN?
Honestly, I think it's very, very difficult. I really respect both of them a lot for their achievements as a player. And I think it's a super close match. Like I find it really hard to predict who's going to win this one.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. This is very difficult, and best of three going to be razor's edge between these two players. A couple of mistakes and you could be gone, and they will capitalize on it. Both of them are absolutely incredible players, as you said, in their respective positions. But unfortunately, one of them has to, leave the tournament early, and it is sad to see these two players because they are great players. They can, challenge for a much deeper run, but this is the open bracket. They weren't qualified into the main part of this tournament, sadly. So they're going to have to try their hardest to go through this open bracket. It's going to be a best of three. It's going to open up on Frost. And it is going to be two friends who know each other very, very well over the last couple of years. It's the best of three. Winner makes it to the top 16, gets a bit of prize money, gets some WCS points to kickstart their 2014. And here we are in the bottom left-hand side of this map. Playing for Yo Flash Wolves, it's Leenock. Would you like to introduce the other one?
I'll introduce the other one.
You're getting better at it. Practice makes perfect, right?
In the top right, the notorious Zerg player, playing as a blue Zerg, it is Rockcat HyuN.
Wow, you are actually very good at that. Look at this opening, Rep.
This is a 9 pull by Leenock.
Is that a 10 pull? It's 10, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah. 10 pull.
Same thing.
But it is cross positions, so it's going to take a long while before Leenock finds his opponent. And he's getting a gas, so it looks like it's going to be actually some kind of a link speed timing. And I did see Leenock yawn before his games, so maybe he's like, guys, I'm tired, I want to end this quick. And this is his idea. Yeah,
this is it. So we pretty much know that Leenock's going to be going for this quite early on to try and get this victory. And on the other side of things, HyuN does open up. Hatchery first.
Yeah. So this is a situation where normally the hatch first player is behind. But because it is a cross position, if Leenock goes to the wrong location first, and Leenock buys himself a bit of time and gets a spine crawler reasonably fast, and then gets 2 queens to block the ramp, he does have a chance to hold this off. But it's all going to depend on what Leenock's going to send his links to first. Like if he's going to go to the top left, then HyuN might be fine. It's actually a Baneling nest as well. And Leenock did this against Violet on the same map.
Did he? Did you watch the games?
I did watch the games.
We were casting at the same time.
No, I watched the games, but they never asked me to provide like a commentary on the games. But Leenock did do this on Frost. It was different positions. It was
he's going cross.
Vertical positions. Yeah, he's going cross.
Oh wow, this is a little bit lucky there. If
HyuN's drone scouting as well, though, so he's going to see the links a lot earlier than he normally would.
And there he does see it, but they're already on their way. Can he hold this with good micro?
With insane micro.
With insane micro.
Absolutely insane micro.
Absolutely insane micro.
He can hold this.
Okay, but there's a Baneling already morphing.
And the links are going into the main base, and we'll have to see. Like basically, what HyuN has to do is send like a couple of drones at the Banelings, like not too many, but not too little, like that he can die to the links.
That was just one, and it got picked off by 2 Zerglings.
This is so intense.
The spine is down already, and there's one Baneling.
The Bane dies. The Bane can't get too much. Didn't get too much.
It's 2 more Banelings about to morph on the natural though, and they're coming straight up. Whoa! One gets 4.
One dies. The Queen is done. If the Queen targets the Baneling, then HyuN does have a chance.
All right, there's more and more links coming, and 2 more Banelings getting morphed in. Queen, and there is a spine on the way, remember? One of the Banelings gets cancelled there. And he's trying to target the Baneling, but that was a good hit.
That was a great hit by that Baneling, actually.
Yeah, this is looking good, and drones come off the line. The Queen survives. Spine is on its way, but the Baneling's coming in. The Spine's not ready, and he's going to target it down. The Baneling comes in to support the Lings, and down goes the Spine Crawler here.
And the Bane goes down without doing too much damage. So HyuN still has a lot of drones. He's done alright so far.
Yeah, and there's another Queen on the way. Just needs to keep surviving.
And 2 more Banes are on the way, but they're going to get cancelled by the Lings. So actually, HyuN's doing a really good job. He hasn't lost too many drones. He's got a lot of Zerglings. His Banes need to get cancelled, though.
They finish. Oh, 1 Baneling for 1 Link. That's pretty good there for HyuN. And this is pretty intense here. This is just a knife fight between these 2 players. He's going to get one of the Banelings.
There's 1 more Queen on the way, which is going to help a lot. Actually...
Well, that's 5 Banelings, man.
That's a lot of Banelings, but...
It's a lot of Banelings.
There's so many Banelings that he doesn't have that many links left. There's a Queen in the main base right now.
All right, well, dancing around the banelings here. Ooh, both of them sleeping, and there's a couple more lings that do pop out here. HyuN starting to hold this. He's got even another queen on the way.
Yeah.
He's got these 5 banelings. What are they going to do? What are they going to get?
What are they going to get? That's the big question here. The drones are going to the natural.
Okay, 1 baneling for a couple of lings.
These banes cannot explode on this queen.
And the queen's going to survive. And there's another queen about to pop out. He's holding this, I think. Actually, the queen dies. Okay, the queen dies. This actually means that the lings inside the main base are going to get to the drone line, and more units are being made. And of course, when drones are running around, they're not mining. I still don't know which way this is going, Brett.
Yeah, this is really difficult. There's 5 baneling stills right now.
Oh, that was nice.
There's another
that was
queen.
really good.
It looks like HyuN is actually holding this.
It's 9 drones to 12. He's got 3 advantages. There's a queen coming in here for Leenock now. Still...
I feel like Leenock made too many banes and not enough lings. That's the kind of the danger you have when you do this build. That you just don't have the lings to kill the queen, but the banes are good against everything except the queen. But if the other Zerg splits the drones, you're not going to really get too much done. Now there's 2 queens. So now it's very hard for
yeah, and he can block
Leenock.
the ramp here.
Yeah, exactly. Blocking the ramp. What are these banes going to do right now? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. We're like slowly watching this, and looks like one of the queens actually... Oh! He tries to save the queen, but he loses the queen and all the lings.
Big hits there.
And this is just continuing on. There is a queen back at home for Leenock, so he's actually getting lava injects now in. And he has got more and more units streaming across.
Yeah, but he's 3 drones behind, and HyuN has a natural.
Yeah, and there's 2 queens now being made at once. And he already has 1, so there's going to be 3 queens shortly. And he's saving energy on one of the queens, so... I mean, he's taken a lot of damage, but he's also trading. It's kind of been equal a lot, but he's starting to edge ahead now. With these 3 extra drones, the drone line has not been touched for a long time. There's even 1 drone to the top right, by the way. And another good baneling hit. And a couple more drones go down. And what's the drone count? It's 9?
9 to 10. So, like, this game has gone from crazy to almost being, like, completely reset. Now there's... Why is there no link speed on the way? There should be link speed.
Yeah, the link speed... And he's still mining a lot of gas.
Way too much gas.
Yeah, 124 gas.
He should transition right now. Like, this
he's just doing the same thing over and over. There's 1 drone finally. He's actually starting to switch up. But it's, yeah, as you said, 3 queens, 2 hatch. And HyuN, it's over. This is over now.
Yeah.
There's a couple more units, 3 queens, transfuges. And he can start to drone himself now. I mean, I guess he doesn't really know the follow-up, and he still sees no hatchery over there, so he's going to play this cautiously, but that's it.
He
GG.
just leaves.
Wow. GG, HyuN takes map number 1. You think he should have kept on with that?
He could have gotten link speed a bit earlier and taken expansion and, like, 9 to 10 drones. He was behind a little bit because there was 3 queens and 2 hatches, but...
Yeah. I mean, even if you try to play that longer, he drones a little bit more, takes a 3rd hatch, and then you just get... Woof, the drones come in.
Yeah, for
HyuN with double queens, lava injects. And Leenock puts his entire tournament life on the line now.
That's weird because, like, what was Leenock hoping for? He was hoping for a 15 hatch. And he got a 15 hatch, and he didn't kill him.
It was 15 hatch, 14 spawning pool. I assume that he could have...
gas.
He could have expected maybe gas and then spawning pool. He could have expected greedier still, but, I mean, 15 hatch, 14 spawning pool is still... I mean, if you're only aiming for the greediest of greediest builds, then you're throwing yourself under the bus almost. That's very difficult to hope works. But good hold from HyuN.
I feel like Leenock made too many banes.
Yeah,
like all you want is 2 or 3 banes, and then just chase away the lings, and then your slow lings kill everything else.
Yeah.
But he had almost more banelings than slow lings, so it didn't work out for him the way it should have worked.
And this is going to be difficult to win 2 games in a row against a player of the caliber of HyuN now. This is not going to be easy for Leenock. He's put himself in this position through the choice of trying that. Was looking for an easy victory, and now he's found himself a harder way to try to get back into this. Polar Knight's the next map, by the way.
Yeah, this is a pretty more straightforward ZVZ map. You're going to scout each other reasonably fast, so you're going to know what's going on. There's still the possibility of like a 9 or 10 pool, but it's going to be less of a crapshoot.
There is the trophy for the entire Stream Masters, right next to HyuN. Very fitting after winning game number 1. And we'll see if he can actually contend for that. If he wins this series, he's in the running. But a long way to go yet. This is just day 1 of day 4. A long day 1
He'll be
for everyone.
He'll be the second Zerg in the groups.
Yeah,
believe.
just
only 2 Zergs.
Just 2, Jadong and
him.
one of these.
One of these guys. Yeah.
One of these guys. We actually don't even know if we'll see a Zerg tomorrow, because if he gets drawn into Group C or D, we might not even see a Zerg tomorrow being played, as we're going to be covering Group A and Group B, which is going to be absolutely amazing. So do make sure to tune in from tomorrow. That's when we get into the round of 16 and above. Over the next couple of days, we'll be playing Group A and B tomorrow. Then after that, C and D. Then the playoffs. But for now, let's focus on this series. We're about to jump into map number 2 now between these 2 players. Leenock needs to win 2 in a row. HyuN just 1, and he's into the round of 16. Go on, do some instructions.
No, you go ahead.
I'll do one, you do one. I'll do the first one.
All right.
I love doing Leenock.
Right.
Up here, to the north of Polar Knight, playing for Yo Flash Wolves, it's Leenock. And Wilson.
To the south of Polar Knight, representing Team Rocket, who make amazing mice and headsets. Do they make keyboards?
Yes.
Make keyboards as well.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Mr. HyuN, the Blue Zerg. And this time, both have gone for an Overlord. So none of that 9-pool, 10-pool shenanigans. Looks like a straight-up gentleman's macro game.
Gentleman's agreement to move on past the
early
5-minute
stages.
mark. The early stages.
Let's skip the whole queen targeting banelings and microwing drones stage and go straight into
The man stuff.
the roach or muta stuff.
The manly roach wars.
Yes.
What's your favorite playstyle in Zerg vs Zerg?
I prefer Mutalisk.
Okay.
Yeah, I like mutas. I like muta wars where you both like just go straight to mutas. You're like, screw all this early game stuff. Let's play mutas. Let's harass with lings and multitask and see who can get more mutas than the other guy.
Well, HyuN here, I think he's taken advantage of the position he's in here. Really, I mean, he's gone hatchery.
Yeah, he's like,
and then up to 16, and then gas, then spawning pool.
Yeah.
I think he's taken full advantage that Leenock cannot afford to try something aggressive in the earlier stages, and I think that's a beautiful mindset coming into this second map from HyuN.
Yeah, this is a situation where HyuN's like, well, I stopped your cheese in game 1. Are you going to really try it again?
Yeah.
Game 2, when you could be out of the tournament if you fail again. So I'm going to be as greedy as possible. And Leno going for the 15 pool, no gas. It looks like he's not going to want to add a gas, so he'll probably go for a 4-queen opening. So we'll probably see a game where HyuN's going to take a fast third, and Leno can either play for a double Evo upgrade roach style, or he can try to trick HyuN and be like, yo, you see, like, I didn't take my gases, but then I take my double cast really fast and all in you anyways.
And HyuN sees that too. He sees the lack of gases inside the main base. So that's a good scout here. Have you? I know you like Mutalisk play. Have you played around with these 2 different styles from either sides here, the gasless style or the 1 gas versus the gasless style?
Yeah, the gas style is really comfortable here because you're gonna have link speed, so you're gonna have map control.
And you just take a fast, like a super fast third here.
Yeah, in a normal situation, you take a really fast third because like this guy didn't take any gas. Like, what's he gonna do to punish me?
He's gonna move across the map with queens.
Yeah, with slow lings or slow queens. Like, what are you gonna do? But then there's some styles where the other Zerg take like double gas in 5 minutes.
And then there's
like,
another style with
gets
full
speed
gases,
lings
right?
and gets banelings and all ins you and just mass lings and hides it. And you skip your baneling nest because you want to go like 3 base roach. So there's a bunch of different ways that this can actually go.
HyuN is building 6 lings here. Additionally, they're not really needed at this point. Obviously, because he's got 4 over 2 that were there, and now it's 4 over 1. He's building 10.
Yeah.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! That wall best be good that Leenock's gonna make eventually here, because HyuN's increasing it.
Looks like HyuN wants to bust this wall for sure.
He wants to
making
bust that ass.
a lot of links.
Yeah, man. This is. And that's not going to be scouted anytime soon here. Let's have a look at the overlords actually for Leenock, just in case I don't eat my own words here.
He's got one in front.
If you did put forward with that overlord in between the bases, by the way, in the south, you would spot the links that were there, but he's not doing it.
Yeah, there's a path here where HyuN can move his links all the way to the right side, and Leenock will never see it.
And he's actually looking at the Zelnaga tower as well, and this is. He hasn't even got the.
Leenock sees it though. Leenock saw it.
He does.
Leenock saw the links.
Where's the wall?
And here's the wall. Here comes the wall.
Okay, there's the wall.
I feel like technically Leenock should be able to defend this.
He can still break the wall though. Surely he can still break the evolution chamber.
With banelings.
It's so weak.
Yeah.
I mean, right now.
Yeah.
Look at how fast it dies.
So many lings. Oh my god.
And he's actually got around the queens. He's actually wrapped around.
There's 2 transfuses though.
All right, but that's a lot of links, man, and there's more and more coming. He's got the wraparound. The one queen's going to die. There's going to be another one soon, and this looks like it could be over as fast as it begun. There's another queen that gets wraparound. Even run to the main base if he wants to. He's broke the front.
Leenock.
Then there's Bailings to support the against the lings that are coming out. 22 additional lings.
Down, and all the queens are gone. Yeah, this is it.
This is a sad way to go out for Leenock. And the Bailing gets to the lings.
Poor Leenock.
This is sad. This is sad for Leenock. And
technically, he should have had a good defense, but
yeah, this is the style you're playing. Is you're meant to have a good defense.
You're going 4 queens, so you can defend all the links. You're getting the wall in, and then despite Evolution Chamber dies.
Leenock's tournaments come to an end here. GG, and HyuN moves on to top 16 here and will play in group stages either tomorrow or the next day, depending on which group he gets drawn into. Congratulations to HyuN.
Fixing his hair real quick.
Yeah, just in case the camera's on. In case people are taking pictures. And that was a fast series, Red.
Yeah. Either player, either game didn't feel like going for the long game. Just wanted to end quickly.
Yeah, they did. They did. Congratulations to HyuN. And Violet, who lost versus Leenock, now by proxy lost versus HyuN. So HyuN goes over and shakes his hand. And he moves forward. Congratulations, and he actually is the first non-Protoss player to move through the open bracket. Joins Patience, joins Stardust, and joins MC, and we have our 4 players from the open bracket today.
Yep, I'm pretty excited HyuN made it. I mean,
yeah,
he's quite promising going into the group stages. I hope he's not put with Jaedong. Like, we only have 2 Zergs in the top 16, so
bad.
For me, as a caster, to be casting a whole bunch of TVP and PvP, it's not something I want, so...
I mean, that completes the round of 6. That means we have 8 Protoss, 6 Terran, and 2 Zergs. A lower count of Zergs, but 2 good representatives in Jaedong and HyuN. I hope you've enjoyed your first day casting here. It's been a lot of fun. We've had some good games, we've had some short games. And I'm going to pass it over to Red Eye Knight to close us up.
Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations to our final qualifier of the round of 16, which is Mr. HyuN, Spider HyuN, of course, from Comic-Con 2013. Gents, we're going to talk about the day, we're going to talk about the open brackets, and we're also going to talk about the round of 16 draw, which we've got coming up very shortly. Before we get there, let's roll it back to open bracket number 1. Actually, can we put that bracket up for me and just show you at home what you've missed? Hopefully they can bring that to us in a moment. The 2 qualifiers through that, MC and Stardust, reasonably predictable. I think there was maybe one other player in that we thought might come through. Are you with me on that, Todd, or against?
One of them had to not make it, and in the end, a lot of people, I think, would have said that MC and Sen were the 2 big favorites, but that was definitely overlooking Stardust, who's been playing great these days and who crushed through his group.
Yeah,
I have to say, going into the rest of the tournament.
While you're saying that, let's bring up the graphics now, because we do have the bracket ready. So let's bring that up, and you can talk us through the games. He says. There we go. So, yeah, so talk us through, Todd.
All right. Well, first of all, Stardust avenged me after asking him to, and he beat Mini Razor in the first round with 2-0, quite convincingly.
Todd.
Yes. And then he had to beat Anfi. So I would say definitely not the hardest road either. Like, beating 2 non-Koreans definitely could have been harder than this. Like, if you look at MC, played Revenge, played Hazuops, then had to play Stardust. So beating MC in the finals, though, that was... And also in the fashion that he made MC look hopeless.
He did, and yeah, MC had looked in the previous games, had looked right on top of his game.
So it could mean a number of things. Yeah. It could just have been MC playing under his level, getting a little bit unlucky in those games, but it could also be, I think, Stardust just playing fantastic and being one of the big favorites to go very far in this tournament.
Yeah. PvP today, have you enjoyed the PvPs?
A lot more than I've enjoyed the ZVZs, that's for damn sure.
Let's move on to that, as you nicely bridge to the second open bracket that we held today. Let's take a look at that one, and we can tell you that one worked out very nicely indeed if you're a Zerg, which obviously would please our Protoss Zerg in the house, Kalaris.
I'm like a hybrid.
You are
now.
a hybrid, yeah, you are Protoss Zerg.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. Yeah, the ZVZ's been all right. They've been all right. I've had a lot of fun watching them over on that little screen over there. Had fun casting them as well. And, you know, having HyuN do so well in them, that was nice to see. And then in the last final series as well, looking pretty monster mode, looking impenetrable early on. And that's one of the only times that you can really kill HyuN in ZVZ. When he gets into those later stages, he's very hard to kill off there as well. And that's why we saw him go through ZVZ pretty well.
Yeah, he's very, very good in ZVZ. We already knew that. So going up against Leenock was, I wouldn't say a foregone conclusion, but we were pretty sure. We were talking about it as we were watching the game. This looked like a HyuN victory, right? And it worked out that way. HyuN was great today, but Patience was also very, very good today in that second bracket.
Yeah, he was. Actually, I think Rhett has developed a little bit of a man crush, a bromance with Sabrolos, so to speak.
I might just add right now that Rhett is 4 for 4 on predictions today of the 4 that we're going through.
We can bring him back.
It won't last.
So that's okay. He's allowed to come back for day 2. He
did do some pretty decent commentary.
He also
okay.
died teasing, and it was okay. Yeah, it was okay. It was passable. If you think differently and you think Rhett was absolutely horrible, or you think he was absolutely fabulous, let us know on Twitter. Use the hashtag #IEM and include the very important @LiquidRhett. That's all of our Twitters @LiquidRhett. It's an old joke. You need to know the thing. We're going to move on now to round of 16 because tomorrow's Group A and Group B, and I can tell you, like, you're waiting with bated breath to find out who the 4 groups are and which of the players that qualified today are in those groups. I'm so excited about this. I might just wee myself a little bit. So here are, wait for it, the round of 16 groups for the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne. Let's show them. Here we go. Look at these groups, ladies and gents. Group A, Rain, 4GG, Hero, and HyuN. What an absolute nightmare group. Group
Welcome
B,
to the round of 16, HyuN.
Okay, let me just run through these. Group B, QXC, Jack G, Deer, and Patience. Group C, this is insane, Pult, Mana, J-Dong, Stardust. And Group D, Classic, Hero Marine, Innovation, and MC. And I can tell you, HyuN is just off camera right now and has just looked at the board with utter disbelief.
I think any match there could be a final.
It's just astonishing. Let's just go through them quickly. Group A, Rain, 4GG, Hero, and HyuN. And HyuN opens up against Rain. And that's some reward for getting through the open bracket, isn't it?
Especially considering...
He did get second in the group, so...
If he'd won, he'd have had Deer and Jack G and QXC anyway.
You would have played QXC first.
All joking aside, though, but these groups are ridiculous.
Yeah.
We were arguing a little bit before we came on air as to which one. My personal, I'm looking at it going, oh my God, group is Group C. Pult, Mana, J-Dong, Stardust, all champions. It's a group of champions, it's Group C, so that's brilliant. Group D is probably Group of Death, which is great because it's Group D. Classic, Hero, Marine, Innovation, and MC. But you're right, they're all stacked. Is there one that stands out for you that you're going, oh, I can't wait to watch that tomorrow?
Maybe Hero Marine, because I think he's going to have a tough time. I would not like to be in this group, and usually I don't mind getting really tough groups, but...
Todd, what are you on about? The rise of the foreigner is about to happen.
Oh man, in this group, this is...
It's brutal.
Yeah, just
really
look at
brutal.
Group D, right? Classic opens against MC, which is already a brutal game for both players. MC, red hot form, we talked all about him today. Classic also has been in a really rich vein of form lately. It's been phenomenal in some of the qualifiers. And Hero Marine plays Innovation to open his account at the Intel Extreme Masters, 16 years of age, goes up against the champion from Season 1 WCS.
You know, it's funny if you think about it. We used to have those LG IEM where those LG IEM players did really well in the Extreme Masters, qualifying for it and then going really far, winning it every single time. Then we had the CJ IEM with Hero winning back-to-back and CJ dominating not only the qualifiers but the main event with Hero winning twice. And now, the new era, the SKT1 IEM with 2 SKT1 players qualifying out of 2 slots for Korea, and now they're going to be here competing. So I expect nothing else than at least top 4, possibly top 2 from these guys. They have to make it far to keep the legacy alive.
You know,
maybe even win it.
In Group D, though, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think that Hero Marine will probably do better against Innovation than people are expecting him to. Like, because his TVT is actually really, really good. He goes for this double siege tank marine push and actually does a lot of damage with it, although Innovation, if he's like on form and doing well. A lot of people say that his TVT is like his weakest matchup, and probably is to a certain degree, but it's still Innovation and he's still very strong in it and has improved it significantly over the past couple of months. So that kind of myth of his TVT being super terrible is kind of dispelled nowadays.
Okay, we're going to wrap up very shortly and let you guys go and grab some sleep, ready for tomorrow when we kick back off again at 1 o'clock local time, which is Central European time. Adjust your clocks around the world to kick off for Groups A and Group B, which is Rain, 4GG, Hero and HyuN, and QXC, Jack G, Deer and Patience all going head-to-head. That's going to be crazy tomorrow. Final words, gents. In a word, one word, sum up today for me, Todd.
Protoss dominating and Zerg.
One word.
German.
Protoss.
Okay, and in one word, sum up for me the excitement you feel for tomorrow's group stages, James.
Spectacular. What?
This is not going well. I have a phrase
Todd.
for you. Sacre bleu.
Isn't that 2 words?
You're French, you know.
All right.
And-
In one word, your excitement for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My excitement.
Yeah.
Swarm hosts.
That's 2 words.
No, it's one word. I made it one. And on that bombshell, it's time to go. Thank you very much for tuning in. This has been the Intel Extreme Masters from myself, Todd, Kalaris, Apollo and Rhett. We will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central European time for Intel Extreme Masters group play. You do not want to miss it. See you then.